What's up, squad? Just popping in real quick here today to talk about where we are right now this week on the eve of probably the second biggest sneaker release so far of 2025. And y'all know what I'm talking about. The marketing has been crazy. The drop is slated for tomorrow on the sneakers app. And there's 5,000 raffles out here right now. And of course, I'm talking about the Air Jordan 4 Nigel Sylvester collab. Brick by brick, and that's a shoe that I'm a 4 lover. That's a shoe that I want. A ton of y'all out there want them. I'm hearing there's probably like 50,000 pairs of these shoes out there. We know there's been a lot going on with the shoe in the last like week or two, but that's on the way. We got the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 in Navy dropping. That's coming up on the 18th. What else we have? We have the Air Jordan 9s that's dropping this week as well, and we know we have a possible Union 1 sneakers drop supposedly happening. I think they're calling that around the 18th. So there's just a ton of stuff on the way. And today I want to talk about how do you navigate it all, how do you cop all the shoes you want, but I also want to talk about what you definitely don't want to do. So stick around, I'm gonna get to all that stuff. But before we unpack all that, do me a quick favor, hit the notification bell down below so you can stay on top of the content as we drop it. Make sure you sub up on the channel, tap in on the socials at Real Daddy Seed. Got a lot of things out there, a lot of content, a lot of things funny, a lot of topics of conversation. Plug into my socials. Anyway, so like I said, Nigel Sylvester, Nike has been doing like crazy marketing for this shoe over the last like week or two. Like, I mean, and the streets have just been going crazy for him. And it's been a minute. Like, it's not just started this week, right? The last like week or two, we know we had this, what was a big train heist. I want to say Memphis, but I think it was out west, like New Mexico or somewhere. I got to check back into the story. But there was a train heist, like old school cowboys back in the day or something. They, cut the line on the train and ended up, taking, I think it was 2,000 pairs. Or was it? I'm sorry. I think they said 1,985 pairs, which was strange. Something like 1985. That's a very specific number. And supposedly the people that took those shoes, stole those shoes, were found because they had trackers, some type of trackers inside some of the shoes in the packages that were stolen. All sounds a little too convenient for me, like it's a movie. And I question, was that a legit theft or was that have something to do with marketing? It's curious. I'm not saying it was. But the way the details played out is kind of strange. We had that happen. We had, just surfaced online last week, a group of people that were supposedly backdooring some pairs. And, for everybody's viewing pleasure, they filmed it all. And the people were wearing the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4s on their feet. They had masks on, sweatsuits, and they're just rolling out with boxes, like the big, shipping Nike boxes and boxes with tons of pairs in each one. Again, I'm not gonna say that it's 100% that it was probably fake, but to me it definitely seemed like marketing, because who commits a heist films it all? Like, I mean, all the detail, close-ups, of course everybody's face was covered, but it was just very, very, very suspect. And I don't know who does that and then posts it all online for clout. Like, yeah, look at us, we stole all these pairs. So the streets have just been crazy with that. But Nigel Sylvester, Jordan Brand, Nike, they've been doing some crazy, nice marketing for this shoe. We know there's been a ton of pairs seeded out to celebrities and a lot of the people, like the influencers I've seen, with pairs already. A lot of reviews and things like that online, people that have purchased early. And we know we got the retail release coming up this week. So I'm gonna tell you, I was looking, people keep asking me, send me links that you get for the raffles, or what raffles have you entered. And I posted a screenshot on my Instagram today when people asked me that question, and it was a list showing 105 raffles for that shoe that have been out. And of course that's worldwide, but that's a ton. If it's 50,000 pair, and you figure at least 10% or more probably already out in the streets, how many pairs are all those raffles for? Like, did every store get like 10 pair? How many is Nike going to have on the sneakers app tomorrow? How many at all these raffles? I know I applied and entered at least 20, 25 raffles, right? I mean, a bunch. Like, everyone that's popping up that's not like a local somewhere where I don't live or whatever, I've entered, and I've passed it on to friends, and they've all entered. So we'll see how this goes, y'all. A lot dropping this year, of course. We know where we are, and this is March, 3 months into the year, and we got a slate, like a ton of pairs coming down the way. We got the Air Jordan 9 Cool Gray. That's dropping, and I know people have already got, the JD and EA Finish Line EA already locked in. Some have already done that. That's a pair I'm passing on personally. Just not a big Jordan 9 fan. And Cool Grays, I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I love the OGs that Michael Jordan played in. Honestly, when he was a Chicago Bull. When I was, that's what the Michael Jordan I grew up with. When he came to the Wizards, and I'm right here in Maryland, but when he came to the Wizards, it was like the older Jordan. It wasn't the Chicago Michael Jordan. We used to call him Papa Jordan, like it was a different Michael, because he was like the old man. He could still play, but it wasn't the same. And never got into the Cool Gray era on some of those pairs that he played in. Really none of those. The 17s, things like that. Just wasn't. I was kind of out of the Jordan phase, but those releases kept coming at that point. That was for some of the younger guys. But anyway, good luck if you want those. Hopefully you cop them. Supposedly there's a lot of them that are getting released. They should pretty much be easy because there's so much dropping. Then we got the Nike SB Jordan 4. That's dropping as well. What's at the 18th? And that one is skate shops have been doing some raffles. Literally, I've seen maybe 5 or 6 raffles for that shoe. And of course, like 5,000 for the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4s. But skate shops, we're going to get a sneakers drop eventually as well. That's a shoe. I got the Pine Green SB4s. Love those, so comfortable. The blue pair is not a must. I do like them a lot. But having military blue 4s, like how many white and blue Jordan 4s do I need to pick up to wear, right? Like what's going to make me choose one over the other? And the military blues I wear a little bit. I don't wear them a ton. So we'll see. I'm entering raffles. If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. And then there's the other shoe, the Union Jordan 1 Chicago Shadow. I'm back. We know we had the raffle from the Union that happened. And supposedly it's going to be a sneakers drop. I can't say that is 100% confirmed because I've heard mixed answers on that. It's going to happen. It may not happen. Nike said it was happening on X, and then they came back later and said they got ahead of themselves. So we'll see if it's going to be a real thing. Hopefully it is. I'm still, I would take a pair for retail. The main thing I wanted to get to, right? All these shoes, all these pairs dropping, so much more to come, right? We're just in March. April's going to be another crazy banging month of drop after drop after drop. My main thing to tell and speak on is truly being selective, right? The main thing I think you should not do is rush and let FOMO get the best of you. Don't get out here buying these pairs early. Like I know a lot of people like, let me get them out of the way. But dude, you paying the tax before your retail chance. I feel like that's just, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of that. At least give me my chance retail. And if the pair goes up a little bit after the retail drop, so be it. If you want to do it at that point, that's your prerogative. But I'm just not a big fan of paying resell when I still have a retail chance, right? Because it only takes one to hit. And I've hit on a lot of pairs. We get lucky, definitely get lucky. And the biggest thing, man, it's like, you get the FOMO, you see some of these pages, I know, and I'm not knocking resellers, but a lot of resellers right now, their whole play is the advanced early pair sales, right? Because we know pairs, a lot of pairs have been sitting. A lot of pairs that they're selling early, they're going to drop for retail. A lot of them going to be there at retail price for a good while, maybe even hit the sale rack, right? And you've already spent an extra $80, $100 or better on that shoe to get it early, all for what, right? Like I'm not just buying and paying the tax on a shoe just to take a couple pictures and stun on the gram to have it early. It's not worth it to me, right? People buying the Nigel Sylvesters right now at like a $400 and $500, range or better. Like to me, it's like it's like diminishing returns. Because what do you get from out of that? I mean, after the fact, and this the biggest thing for me is, you see these, if the heist was true, pairs getting stolen, pairs getting backdoored like crazy, right? These people that are now going to take that shoe, take your chance away from getting that for retail, then come around the corner and say, yo, guess what I got? I got the shoe you want for a whole lot more. So I'm gonna take it from you, then I'm gonna sell it back to you. And that just doesn't sit well with me. The biggest thing for me is with all these pairs, including the Nigels that I really do like a lot, if I don't hit them for retail, I'm probably just moving on. I'm just gonna keep it pushing, because in another 2 weeks, I got, Kobe's dropping, I got this dropping, I got that dropping. And I'm just, I always tell new sneakerheads, like, being a sneaker collector, sneaker buyer, sneaker lover, I say it's a marathon and not a race, right? And if you're rushing to get the jump on the shoe before it drops, right? You blowing budgets, and how much money are you gonna spend on shoes this year, right? I mean, even at retail, for all the things I want, it's a grip, it's a ton, right? And then if I mix in a couple of resale pops as well, we're just gonna up that number. And I don't know, man. At the end of the day, when I look at the shoes, it's a $200 Air Jordan 4, doesn't look better to me if I'm paying $600 and $700. Still looks like a $200 Air Jordan 4. And in reality, we know it's really like a $40 Air Jordan 4 or less because of what it costs to make. But I'm not even gonna get into that whole conversation right now. Just telling y'all, just be careful, be patient. Don't let FOMO get the best of you. Hold on to your dollars, because as soon as you blink, you got a ton more coming down the pike. No need to try to chase and catch them all, because as soon as you blow water on one shoe, then you got 3 more drops next week, and another 2, 3 more in the week after that. And I don't want y'all to be homeless. No, just kidding. But be responsible, do the right thing, take your time. All right, that's all I wanted to say about this. Good luck on all these drops. I hope we got a lot of W's in our future. And make sure you sub up on your way out. Hit me on the IG and Twitters and TikToks of the world at Real Daddy C. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.